Starting off, hereditary evolution is a concept which has intrigued scientists and philosophers for centuries. It is the study of how genetic information is passed along from generation to generation, and how it can have profound implications on the development of life. As our understanding of the subject has grown, so too has our appreciation for the complexities that underpin the process. We now understand how traits can be passed down from one generation to the next, allowing us to better comprehend the evolution of life on Earth. That being said, Guru Kulplex's presentation to hereditary evolution is a comprehensive and detailed overview of the subject, and is a great way to gain an insight into the complexities of this fascinating topic. Through this presentation, we can learn about the ways in which traits are passed down and the implications this has for our lives. In addition, we can explore the various theories and hypotheses which underlie the science. I hope you enjoy the presentation. Hereditary evolution is the process of passing down genetic material from one generation to the next. This material contains instructions that govern the growth and functioning of all living organisms. This transmission of traits is guided by Mendelian principles, which establish how characteristics are passed down from one generation to the next. Genes contain the instructions for assembling proteins, which are responsible for determining an organism's traits and characteristics. These genes are then passed from one generation to the next, resulting in the modification of the genetic makeup of the following generation. Additionally, genes also have an important role in controlling and expressing the inherited traits. With a better understanding of the part genetics play in hereditary evolution, we can begin to comprehend the intricate workings of living organisms. Hereditary evolution refers to the transmission of characteristics from one generation to the next through genetic inheritance. Mechanisms driving this process include recombination, crossing over during meiosis, and gene flow between populations. All of these processes are invaluable to evolutionary adaptation and the maintenance of life on Earth. Genetic variation plays a critical role in the survival and adaptation of any species, as it introduces variation into the gene pool. Hereditary evolution enables organisms to respond to environmental changes. Without this type of variation, populations would not be able to evolve, ultimately leading to their extinction. Through its ability to introduce variety into the gene pool, hereditary evolution facilitates species survival and growth, resulting in the diversity observed in the world today. Hereditary evolution involves the transmission of traits from one generation to the next via genetic inheritance. Natural selection plays a pivotal role in this, since it promotes the traits that yield a higher probability of survival and reproductive success in a certain environment. This permits populations to adapt to their environments over time, making it a key element of hereditary evolution. Genetic mutations provide the source for genetic variation within a species. These mutations can be minor or major, and can result in a variety of different traits and characteristics among the population. Natural selection is then the factor that decides the fate of these mutations, allowing some to remain and others to disappear, thus contribute to the evolution and adaptation of a species. As a consequence, mutations are essential in the development of a species. Hereditary evolution is the transmission of traits from one generation to the subsequent one via genetic inheritance. Examples of this process in action are notable. One such example is industrial melanism, where peppered moths' coloration changed over time to increase their odds of survival. Darwin's finches also adapted with varying beak sizes, allowing them to thrive on the Galapagos Islands. Polar bears are another example, where genetic adaptations like fur coloring improved their rate of survival in their respective habitat. These scenarios clearly show the great importance hereditary evolution has on species survival. Hereditary evolution is a cornerstone of the natural world and has had a profound impact on the planet. Passing genetic characters from one generation to the next is essential for understanding the countless species that inhabit our world. Evolutionary studies give us a better understanding of why biodiversity is so important and how it affects the health of our planet. Hereditary evolution has advanced our knowledge of how organisms adapt and evolve over time, and has been instrumental in guiding conservation efforts to protect this precious resource. Thank you for giving your time to explore this fascinating subject.